All right. I'm excited too, you guys. For anybody that is signing up on Patreon, you do not have to sign up for a membership. We would love for you to sign up for a membership. We would also like you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So hit that subscribe button down below. But you don't need to subscribe to the Patreon membership. You can just scroll all the way down, and all the content is free for right now because we really feel like this is what the world needs. And as light workers, this is what we are contributing at this moment. So thank you guys for joining. All right, so the new moon in Pisces, what a time to be alive. So I'm calling this, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Janelle, Corpus Hethcoat. I am I'm the founder and one of the co-owners of Jupiter Soundscape, which is a little healing and wellness space out here in Walnut, California. When we are good to reopen, I would love to see you guys come through to the studio, and we would love to do this in person. But for right now, it is amazing for us to be able to hold this community active and online. I feel very blessed to do that. And today we're going to be doing a ceremony for the new moon in Pisces. Yes, I said Pisces. For those of you who have never attended one of my ceremonies, you know that I work off of 13 sign astrology, which is the real placement of the actual celestial bodies in the sky. So tropical astrology is the 12 signs. So that goes by a chart that is perfectly mapped out. And that's what you will hear. Everybody is going to say that it's the new moon in Aries. But if you're looking at the natural placement of the planets in the sky, the moon is actually in Pisces. Okay. So Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. They say that it is the wisest of all the signs. Shout out to my Pisces out there. My husband actually is in the living room. And it's the sign that takes all of the lessons from the previous signs and creates like a lesson, right? Like, so it takes all of the things that it experienced and learned in all those previous signs, going through all of those houses, and creates this unification of energy. So Pisces, when it comes to relationship of the tarot, I've studied Hermetic Kabbalah and astrology and tarot to link these all together because that's how it kind of makes sense to me in my brain. Pisces relates to the tarot card, the moon. And if you've ever seen this tarot card, let me try to find it here. Let me just reach back here and see where the moon is. I should have had this ready, right? I should have had this ready, but it's okay because this is live. This is a live feed right now. Oh, here it is, the tarot card of the moon. All right, when my camera gets back in focus, you will see that that is what the moon tarot card looks like. And this time period, in this dark moon time period, because you know the new moon is the dark moon. It's the absence of light, like there is no moon in the sky. We do certainly that we are kind of making our way through the dark. Okay, so seeing with our hearts instead of our eyes. Sensing and feeling the things that are in front of us, but not actually being able to see what is on the road ahead of us. I really feel like that's a lot of the energy that everyone is experiencing at this time. So sensing that danger might be imminent, proceeding by the light of our own intuition. So in periods of time such as these, this is where evolution occurs. Right? We're seeing this happening right now. We're seeing this happening right now as we're being made to stay indoors or shelter in place. And as we are watching the world around us almost like disassemble itself, right? And our values and our morals and the things that are important to us and the relationships that we experience are all being challenged at this time. And this is our evolution. This is what we are challenged to go through to be able to evolve in ourselves and as a civilization, as a population of Earth, right? Just like the Renaissance was born out of the Dark Ages, right? Just like the universe was born out of nothingness, black, right? Just dark, void, right? This is what we're experiencing at this time. It's like this incubation period before something goes boom, and then there's like a whole new, world, for lack of a better term. So what does it take to evolve? Evolution is not merely about survival, right? That's not what evolution is about. Although, if, you want to go back to like Darwin's theory, it's the survival of the fittest, but that doesn't mean that the fittest means the physical fitness, the physical, it's not a physical thing. It's not merely like a visceral thing. Oh, hey, Sky, you're a Pisces. That's great. Okay, thanks. um, yeah, so it's not merely like a physical thing, but it's about observing the systems of energies and how the energies of nature, right? It's about observing the energies of nature that are at play and then finding out where and how you support and work along with these systems of energies. How do you sustain them, right? And realizing at this time that this is all a relationship, that we're all related to each other. If there wasn't a time on this earth where it was more known that we are all connected and that we are all relative and that is all a relationship with ourselves and nature, like this is it, guys. This is what it is, right? Okay, so we are going to be doing a crystal grid today. And if you've never joined one of my crystal grid ceremonies, you know that this is one of my favorite ways to program an intention. So a crystal grid is a combination of crystals that are chosen with intention. And these crystals, they form and arrange like sacred geometric pattern, whether or not there is something underneath the grid that is holding the pattern. Once crystals come together in a specific format that usually is like symmetrical, they form their own sacred geometric pattern, right? And they start to emit a specific frequency which affects the universal field of energy. Basically, it creates like ripples, right? Like, so imagine that everything is an energy field that's like flowing this way, and you create this crystal grid right here, and it starts to emit and flow the energy in the same way. It's like creating ripples in a pond. It's sending out this transmission to the universe that, hey, this is what we want to happen. This is what I program these crystals for, and this is what I want. Or maybe it's not all about what you want, but maybe it's like, this is what I wish for the highest good, right? So it's sending that signal to the universe. And so therefore you can affect, the energies. You can affect the energies surrounding you by using this type of technology. All right, so, okay, who has their crystals ready to go? I put in the post that we would want, you need probably like at the bare minimum to make a grid, you would want like at least 5 crystals. Okay, so the first one that we're going to start with is a clear crystal point. So it doesn't have to be a tower that stands up as long as it is a clear quartz crystal that has a point to it. Okay, so we're going to place this right here in the center, right here. You see that? Okay, this box is a makeshift box. All right, so you get your clear crystal point, and that is your center point right there. And you are using this crystal, this clear crystal quartz point, as the master programmer or the amplifier of the grid. The point is the transmission point of energy. I'm forgetting what it's called right now, but there's a scientific term when it comes to like magnetic fields. But the energy is, you're surrounding the crystals all around this point and it's shooting it upwards, right? So that's what the clear crystal point does. If you don't have one that stands up, a pyramid works really good. If you only have a point that maybe down, you can point it up just like that. That's fine as well. Is the camera freaking out a little bit? Okay, so in the post, or when I was promoting this, I asked you to bring green or blue stones. And the reason being is because green and blue stones I chose these because they represent the element of water, and Pisces is a water sign. So we are going to be working with the elements of water, and usually green and blue stones, work with like the heart and emotional clearing and forgiveness. And this is a frequency that we really want to put out at this time, because with what we're going through, there can be a lot of anger that we hold in our bodies, a lot of resistance, a lot of just fear, and all of that stuff. And so we want to clear that out. But not only do we want to clear it out, but we want to be able to forgive the forces that be for, whatever it is that is happening. And also, being cooped up in, your house with, some of your loved ones. There will be some old traumas also being triggered. Definitely lots of triggers for humanity. I mean, human traumas being triggered right now as a collective. And so I felt like these were the stones that we wanted to go for. Blue stones, they represent the heart and the mind, and also, sorry, they don't represent the heart. They represent the mind and communication. So these are the two that I chose for my grid. And this is the first one. It's azurite. Such a beautiful tumbled stone. These are from Peru. And azurite tempers stress and confusion, alleviates worry and indecision, and it helps to overcome negative patterns of behavior stemming from insecurity and fear. How perfect did that feel? It felt very perfect. So you can place that anywhere. I like to make the grid look really symmetrical. I'm going to place it here, and I'm going to place my other green stone on the other side. And the green stone is moss agate. And I chose moss agate because it helps to overcome past life and karmic attachments and replace them with the divine blueprint of your higher self. Its energy is gentle and steadfast and clears the emotional field. With the planetary placements that are happening right now, I don't know if you guys were able to read my astro forecast on Instagram. There's a lot of, okay, that doesn't need to be there. Okay. Yeah, so there's a lot of opportunity right now to clear karma. And so this is what I used for that. And I picked both of these because they kind of almost had the same shape. Do you see how they kind of like almost look like they're like twins of each other? So I love symmetry when it comes to like that kind of stuff. And then I chose black stones. So black stones are grounding, and they strengthen and protect the electromagnetic field. I did a IG live the other week, and I was talking about the importance of black tourmaline when causing just for grounding and for protection, and how our electromagnetic field is being affected right now with the rollout of all these 5G towers everywhere. And not only that, it's just like the collective energy. So I chose this black tourmaline piece with this lovely termination here, and that is going to go at the top of the grid. And then for the bottom of the grid, I chose onyx, which is it's a stone that helps with grief. It helps to cut from negative relationships and attachments. So I chose it for the grieving aspect because there's a lot of change going on, and I think that a lot of people don't know how to feel, or maybe they might not allowing themselves to feel, and that's something that we need to sort of confront and deal with, and just allow the feelings to come through and let the grief happen. So that's my grid. Your guys' grid. I would love for you guys to share what it is that you created. If you guys can see that pretty well. Let me see. Yeah? Can you guys see that pretty good? Let me see. All right. Okay, so our grids are set up here. And let me know when you guys are ready with your grids at home. And then we can proceed to charge them. So what you want to do is, whoa, so awkward. Okay, so I wrote this. I wrote this programming here specifically for our ceremony today. And as we lay our crystals on this grid, you can light like a little leaf of sage, or you can simply take another point, like another crystal point, such as this. I'm going to use my Tibetan singing quartz laser point. And you can charge and infuse each crystal with our intention, okay? So here, let's just begin to ground as we are going to program our crystals with our intention for this new moon. And I invite you all to infuse your own intentions with this grid because it's yours. And I just wrote some intentions for the collective. So with that being said, let's begin. I'm also going to charge this thing with my 24K gold bowl here. All right. So everybody get into a nice meditative state here. Just sit down in front of your grid with all your crystals in front of you and place the lit sage leaf or your crystal point on the clear quartz on your grid. Feeling the energy of this clear quartz point becoming one, welcoming its energy into your heart. And take a deep inhale in and exhale out. I charge this crystal with the power of Source God, quantum light, and the ability to program the unified field. I ask you now to add your own intention here on my cue and release an intuitive tone or word with your voice that anchors your program into the crystal. Setting that intention, that program for your quartz. Take a deep inhale in, close your eyes, and release the tone. And now place the sage leaf or the quartz points on one of the green or blue stones, or you can touch them each simultaneously, one after the other. And feel their energies merging with your heart field. As you inhale their frequency and exhale. I charge these crystals with the Stargate energy of the human heart, unity, consciousness, and the ability to understand through compassion. Add your own intention here. And on my cue, release an intuitive tone or word with your voice that anchors your program into the green and blue crystals. Deep inhale in. And now place the leaf of sage or your quartz points onto your black stones, one after the other. Welcome the grounding and protective energy of these stones into your heart space. Take a deep inhale in and exhale, release. I charge these crystals with the power of the fifth dimensional earth, the power of grounding and transmutation, and the ability to withstand all lower frequency vibration. Once again, add your own intention here, and on my cue, release an intuitive tone or word with your voice that anchors your program into your black crystals. Deep inhale in. Visualize all crystal programs working together at this time, creating and enacting the intentions you wish to bring forward. As your grid begins to sing and instill your energy fields with its light codes. Crystal grid, new moon Pisces, is now activated. And now I invite you all to lay down. If you'd like to place your grid at the top of your head, or laying down with the grid at your head area or on your feet, but just lay somewhat next to your grid. And then we are going to begin the sound activation ceremony. Let's begin by taking 3 deep and cleansing breaths together. Take a deep inhale in through your nose, filling up your belly and your lungs. And exhale, release through your mouth. One more time, take a deep inhale in. And exhale, release through the mouth. Last time, slowest, deepest inhale you've taken today. Bringing that light to all the dark corners of your body. Slow, deep inhale in through your nose. And exhale, release through the mouth. Now just focusing on your breathing at this point, just the rise and fall of your belly. Feeling the energy that has been activated by your crystal grid and by the intentions that you have made with your very own voice, those codes that have been anchored into those crystals. Feeling this overall sense of well-being and happiness and peace and health. Feeling the energy of raw potential and raw creation. The energy of spirit flooding in through your body. Now visualize and imagine that all of us here are sitting in a giant room all together. And each of us here now at this time are surrounded by a multicolored sphere of rainbow light. And there is this same multicolored rainbow sphere around our entire group in this giant room in the ether. where we are all meeting and converging. Through this gigantic sphere of rainbow light, there is a shaft of gold right through the very center. The upper end connecting to the organic God source, and the bottom end connecting to the fifth dimensional heart of our planet. And from your heart, send a golden beam of light straight into this central shaft, connecting you now to the God source above, and to each one of us, brothers and sisters, from heart to heart to heart. Calling into the room all guides, ascended masters who wish to assist, that carry positive agendas for the evolution and the free will of humanity. Honorable ancestors, those who lived well and those who died well, please assist and join us. Asking that our higher selves overlight every single one of us at this moment. I go with God. Divine Mother, Divine Father, Christos Sophia, Santa thought of. Shower us with the codes of everlasting life. Begin to take a deep breath in. Gently touching your thumb to each one of your fingertips, maybe rubbing your palms together. Maybe draw your knees into your chest at this point. Just rub your palms together, your feet together. Draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe rock from side to side. And gently making your way onto your favorite side. And then when you are ready, just begin to push yourself up to a seated position. Meeting me now in a seated position with your hands to heart center, affirming that we have cleared any energies which are unbeneficial to us, any lower frequency vibrations. We have transmuted and have sent them into the unified field, into 0 point energy for it to be transmuted. And with your hands to heart center, let's close out this healing session, this new moon ceremony for tonight. We thank our honorable ancestors, our higher selves, our I am presence, our ascended masters, teachers, and loved ones for joining us in this healing work today. We show love, respect, and gratitude to ourselves and to all beings. I affirm that the circle is now closed and this healing work is now complete. Amen. How's everybody feeling out there? I am here for you whenever you need. You can... Thanks, Earl. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. I just want to remind everybody out there that Jupiter Soundscape, although at this time our doors are closed because of the status of the stay-at-home order and everything that's going on, that we are offering our services and our magic through this online platform. You can subscribe to us on YouTube, or we would love and appreciate your Patreon subscription as well. But we're here to serve, and we're here to offer you all the things that we would offer you at our beloved healing space, and that is spiritual guidance, navigation through these times, tools to help with the energy, movement, meditation, music, and medicine. That's what we're about. And I hope that you guys enjoyed that and felt lots of healing coming from it. I know that I did. Lots of light language coming through, lots of my guides, my higher self channeling through me, bringing transmissions, a lot at the solar plexus. There's just a lot of clearing and forgiveness that needs to happen. There's a lot of anger that's just lodged in all of us from just maybe the cycle of memories. This is as a collective, as a human collective, we are experiencing the triggering of traumas that our civilizations have been through, like slavery and the plague, and just getting totally wiped out, like what happened in Atlantis and Lemuria. And all of these things are deeply seated in the back of our minds as souls. And this is why this time feels so crazy for us. I did a transmission from a person that I identify as my higher self. and her name is Sahanar. And I would like to read you that transmission at this moment to just leave us with a broader understanding of the energies that we are working with at this time. And this is how I'm going to close out for all of us. And if you have any questions or if you'd like to talk about anything, definitely reach out to me on our Instagram. I manage that, so we can chat. Okay. This is a transmission from Master Sahanar, my higher self, and the Rebel Alliance for Unity. Brothers and sisters of Earth, I am here to shed light on the situation playing out in this timeline and to address the phenomena of the coronavirus COVID-19. Corona meaning crown, virus meaning poison. Although this virus is very real, there are multiple layers to it. This can be seen as the poisoning of many crowns, including that of the controllers, and the test that we are experiencing in our own minds. In the next few months, you will see the changing of the guard as the new guardians of Earth take the head of this celestial body. At this time, what we are experiencing is the triggering of our deepest human traumas. This loss of physical freedom is triggering the fear of captivity and slavery. The rapid spread of this virus is a visceral replay of the plague, and this seemingly dystopian environment is challenging our hope for survival as an entire civilization and triggering our inner remembrance of when the Earth reset its population all the many times it was necessary to. We have a choice at this time to act in anger, to make choices based out of fear, greed, selfishness, and operate in the lower densities. If we as a population choose to do this, the controllers of this world will continue to feed off of our quantum light, and the rule of slavery will continue. This is their game. This is what they wish for us to play into, to show that we cannot be civilized and that we must continue to be ruled as a subjugate race within the Galactic Federation. I've seen two timelines play out. One in which people were running rampant in the streets, lost, enraged, breaking windows, looting, burning, everything to the ground in the name of resistance. This timeline led to forced measures such as mass vaccinations and micro-identification. And another where peace was instilled in the homes of every family as we all lived together, learned together, and remembered together. The time to partake in unity consciousness is here, to trust in ourselves and to remember our ancestral wisdom and our indigenous survival tools. Share your tools, all of them. Go deep into the remembrance at this time for you, dear ones. You have the spiritual technologies of every great civilization in this world and the next. The Guardians want us to know that freedom is a concept of the heart. We are being challenged to shift our minds from third to fifth density at this moment. There is not a cage around you. There is a golden opportunity. Surrender is most important now. This does not mean that we should make ourselves as lambs being led to slaughter. This means that at this moment in time, we must make ourselves invisible and refuse to play into the karma loop of the controllers. Dear ones, there will be a great period of hardship as this war plays out between the side of control and the side of unity. We are the audience at this moment of this war, but in our invisibility, we are the third force, and we have a role to play in all of this. We are the X variable, the non-controlled. Prepare yourselves to physically isolate through the summer. Martial law may be established. Stock up and prepare, but do not carry panic or fear within your sacred body. Trust in your divinity. Trust in your ancestral wisdom and survival. Trust in the DNA of humanity to save one another. Trust in love and unity. At this time, we are being called to heal the trauma of slavery, genocide, plagues, wrongful arrests and murders, colonialism, imperialism, corrupt control forces, manifest destiny. All of these things are coming to a convergence. This is the shadow of humanity that we are all facing together at this time. And in your heart, dear one, it may feel like God has abandoned us, but this is the dark period before the daylight breaks. The dark night before the controllers of this world lose their power and the ancient Mecha Guardians, our bloodline, rise to unify the earth. This is the new renaissance. Bring forth your gifts. Change the world with your creations. We ask all light workers to do healing on humanity for 40 days, multidimensional release on traumas regarding the loss of freedom, slavery, plague, genocide, etc. Pull up your old lifetimes and the lifetimes you lived as your ancestors and heal those. Heal the DNA of the unified cell. Unify and gather in the etheric realms. This does not need to be online, but in the ether. Organize your time and intention to lead our civilization through this transitional period. There will be none if not together. I am Sahanar. I go with God. Rebel Alliance for Unity. In the next few days, I'm going to be releasing some classes or workshops that have to do with multidimensional release for ancestral karma. And I'm not talking just like our ancestors, I'm talking about like the entire world ancestors, as we are all connected. And I hope you do join me for that. I will, if you would like to receive more information on this, definitely follow us on Instagram at Jupiter_soundscape. And subscribe to us on this YouTube channel, subscribe to us on Patreon. We do love and accept and greatly appreciate any donations that you would like to give our facility at this time, because we are doing all of these things without pay and for free. So we love and appreciate you guys, and we are here to hold space as the light workers that we are. And I thank you all for joining me today. And if everybody in here could just tell one or two people about the work that we do, and have them meditate with us, I think that we can spread this good energy and this love and this unity consciousness together as we go through this transitional period of transformation. Thank you guys so much. I love you, and have a good night. Happy new moon. Thank you.